So very excited to get the trial started. It obviously grows the market for both POLB 001 as well as the companies, the pharma companies that are selling these cancer immunotherapies. And as I say, we look at this as a market opportunity of greater than 10 billion. So we're playing in a very big field, but a very important field that needs a solution.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. Joining me are Poolbeg Pharma CEO Jeremy Skillington and Principal Scientist Liam Tremble. Jeremy, Liam, very good to speak with you. Some major milestones announced by Poolbeg. You've signed an agreement for the execution of your upcoming phase 2A trial for POLB 001. Also secured the bispecific antibody for the trial. Liam, can I start with you? Tell us a little bit about who's going to be conducting the trial.
Yeah, thanks, Stephen. We're really excited to make this announcement. So we've signed an agreement with Accelerating Clinical Trials, or ACT, in the UK to conduct the study. So ACT are a leading clinical trials organisation based in the UK, specialising in blood cancers. They work very closely with the UK haematology community, and their mission is to accelerate the delivery of blood cancer trials within the UK. So we've been really fortunate and feel quite blessed that we've had a massive amount of interest in participating on this trial and for the POLB 001 programme in general from a lot of clinicians and big leaders in the field in the UK haematology community. But Emma Searle at the University of Manchester and the NHS Christie Foundation Trust is going to lead the trial. So the NHS Christie, as many people will know, is one of Europe's largest cancer centres, with being the largest single trial site in Europe, with treating over 60,000 patients a year. So we're really excited to be doing this at such a large and reputable centre. Emma herself is a very experienced early stage trialist with a lot of experience in myeloma and AML. She's a consultant haematologist, and she's also an honorary senior lecturer at the University of Manchester. So we're really excited with the team we've assembled for this trial.
Tell us more about the trial itself, Liam.
Yeah, so the trial will be conducted at a number of additional sites all within the UK. It is a phase 2A single arm open label trial in approximately 30 patients. Importantly, we have sufficient POLB 001 to conduct the trial at speed, and we've also been able to secure the supply of the bispecific antibody to conduct the trial. So we're very excited with this. The trial is open label, as I mentioned, and single arm, so no placebo. So the data coming out of the trial is going to be largely focused at safety and efficacy. And because it's open label, we're going to see quite early how this drug is working. There's going to be no placebo, no blinding of the study. So in terms of proceeding, we're really excited that we're going to be able to accelerate. We're in quite an advanced stage of preparation to get data throughout 2026. We have a really strong preclinical and clinical package to date. So we're really well placed to move into this very quickly in 2026.
Jeremy, POLB 001 has the potential to transform the cancer immunotherapy field. Can you tell us a little bit more about this?
Yeah, happy to do that. And this is, following up on what Liam said, this is what excites us most, just kind of directly impacting patients. So we feel that we do have the potential to transform cancer immunotherapy by administration of these cancer immunotherapies right now are restricted to specialist cancer centers. So a lot of the patients have to travel long distances to get to these specialist centers because of the risk of the cytokine release syndrome. So if you can prevent that or minimize that, then they can actually get these drugs administered in community hospitals, so not travel so far. And I think as the cancer immunotherapy field is growing, I think there's more of an urgent need to find a solution, to find something that will restrict or limit this cytokine release syndrome. So we feel POLB 001 can do that. I mean, currently with the current approved bispecific antibodies and even DCAR-Ts, you can get cytokine release syndromes in upwards of 70% of these patients in the bispecifics and even greater than 90% in CAR-T. So a solution is required. We think we can achieve that. As I say, in this phase 2A trial, we think that can help kind of get us to that solution. So very excited to get the trial started. It obviously grows the market for both POLB 001 as well as the companies, the pharma companies that are selling these cancer immunotherapies. And as I say, we look at this as a market opportunity of greater than 10 billion. So we're playing in a very big field, but a very important field that needs a solution.
So lots to look forward to going forward then, Jeremy.
Very much so. As I say, we kind of announced this deal to get it going. The team has been working exceptionally hard to get us to this point. we recognize this is almost the start line. We're kind of lots to do. As Liam said, the trial now is kind of in an advanced stage of preparation. Liam's mentioned we're delighted we've secured that bispecific antibody as well. That was, again, shows confidence that pharma companies are willing to give us this bispecific just so they can see the data, because it helps them as well. I mean, the important thing for us as well as the trial is designed and ready to be executed. We do have a cash runway brings us in 2027, so multiple clinical milestones, in the interim to get us there. And as I say, once we have data in hand from the 2A, we'll start sharing these with prospective partners and bringing that forward. And again, as Liam said, we have a very exciting data package. We recently got an FDA orphan drug designation, which gives us some elements of exclusivity to drugs. So we think this is all a very attractive package for partners. And as I say, strong cash balance, near-term clinical inflection points. I think we're well positioned to deliver shareholder value in the near term.
I hope you'll keep us updated on progress with that. Thank you both very much for speaking with us today.
You too. Thank you.
Stephen.
Poolbeg Pharma CEO Jeremy Skillington and Principal Scientist Liam Tremble.